All right, let's see. See what this looks like. There we go. Good, we good. I gotta post some shit. So if you just coming in, I'm posting. I'm posting. Chill out for a second. Oh, man. There we go. That's enough posting for me. Let me see. I think I need to log in. Looks like I'm in a spaceship. What you mean? What you mean? Hold on. Why the hell? They always log me out. I stay getting logged out, man. Hold on a second. And I don't be knowing my password. That's a problem. That is a problem. Oh, two-step verification? Damn. They're fucking annoying with this shit. Google has the top flight security of the world, man. I swear to God. They be aggy. I bet you it won't bring up my chat. I guarantee you it won't bring up my chat right now. It's gonna mess it up. Let's see what happens. Okay. There we go. Brought up my chat. What's going on? What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Can y'all hear me loud and clear over the music? How do I sound? Let me know in the chat. I'm over here in a robe and a do-rag, you know? Kicking it very casual with y'all on this Sunday night. I love Sunday night because, you know, tomorrow means I get to make money. I hate Saturday night because I got to wait a whole nother day to come back and make money. It's a horrible cycle, man. It's a horrible cycle. How am I sounding right now? How am I sounding right now? Everything good? Everything copacetic? Let me know in the chat. man needs to push notifications. We'll look into that. But let me know what's going on. Can y'all hear me clearly? Right now, for this class right quick, I want to focus on making sure you guys can hear me. Everything's good. So we can make sure everything's set up so we can get to it, man, so I can show y'all how I do things, you know? So let me know if you can hear me over the music. Make sure everything is sounding good. And then, you know, we're good to go. So how do I sound right now? Oh, you can hear? All right, cool. Perfect. Welcome to my living room, man. I'm chilling, man. I just got out the shower. You know what I'm saying? Threw my robe on. You feel? Threw my do-rag on. Yeah. Cool. Oh, I just realized, man, it takes a little while for me to see the chat because I think this is like YouTube high quality. So it's like, I don't see the chat for like a little bit, unfortunately. I should have made it like the faster low quality version. Y'all probably seeing me in like perfect HD, but you know, I see the chat like a little later. That's why YouTube's a little annoying. Instagram does that too, but it's not as bad as YouTube. YouTube, like I'll see what y'all say like 40 seconds later, you know what I'm saying? So we just gonna have to get straight to task. Well, not even that I see what y'all say, y'all see what I'm saying 40 seconds later, and then you respond to what I said 40 seconds ago, you know? Which is unfortunate that they do it like that, but it, you know, it is what it is. YouTube gotta work on that, man. A live stream should be live, not a minute late, you know? There's a difference between live stream and minute stream, you know? All right, guys, so let's get into the thick of things, man. I want to show y'all what's going on. Talk to you guys about how I use Trade Helper specifically to do my thug fizzle, you know? So let's get into it, man. Let's get cracking. All right. So first and foremost, as you guys know, in order to use Trade Helper right now, I use Trade Helper AI. It's the easiest way to game the stock market with AI. I'm never one to say anything is perfect, so I won't go ahead and say that Trade Helper AI is like the perfect, like you'll win every single time. It's the most perfect thing in the world, but it's the closest thing you'll ever get to it. I can tell you that without a shadow. It's the closest thing someone like you will ever get to perfection. It's the closest thing. There's no other way. This is the closest way you can do it. And why is it the closest way? Because of how Trade Helper AI works, man. We basically gather data, and we're gathering high frequency data. So we're not gathering data from like Yahoo Finance or like things like that, like Mad Late. No, we're getting raw, real-time data direct from the brokers, right? And we're running algorithms on them to create classifications. And we create these classifications, and then we feed them into the AI that is trained in trading strategies. And that AI is able to use those classifications and the knowledge that it has in order to give you a winning play and give you the perfect conditions to enter a trade. Now, I'll explain what perfect means because, you know, in order to use AI to trade, you still have to understand just some basics on following instructions, you know, because you still have to do things. But the things that I've done over the weekend going into this new week is about to make trading with AI so easy, a baby could do it. It's going to be scary how easy it is, like really, really scary, right? And I'm super, super excited about the progress that I've made in that because my thing is all about making things easy and user-friendly so that people that are intimidated about getting in the stock market can get into it and not have struggles, you know? I want people like, you know, the favorite part of my day, man, there's a dude in my community and he posted that he started with $100 and got up to $1,000. And that right there just blew my fucking mind because I'm thinking to myself, yo, $100 to $1,000 is, you know, it might sound small to somebody else, but that's like life-changing type shit right there. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's rent could literally be $1,000 in some areas. You know what I mean? Somebody could have literally flipped $100 and paid off their bills for the month. And then, you know, coming from somebody who grew up in poverty, you know what I mean? I can tell you one thing, taking one step out of the cycle is like the biggest thing that ever happened to you. Because that breathing room, that little bit of relief, you know what I'm saying? it allows you to do other things. That's why the rich get richer and people who aren't like filthy rich struggle so much. They don't struggle so much because they're not as smart or they're not as talented. They struggle because they're too busy struggling. Once you get that breathing room to not struggle, even if it's just for a month, it allows you to do so much. You know what I'm saying? It allows you freedom to chase things that you wouldn't normally chase because you didn't have the time, because you were too stressed out or worried about other things in life, you know? So when I see something like that, in my mind, I'm looking deeper. I'm like, wow, that's a life change, maybe, just possibly, just possibly. That's one of the reasons why I started this project and actually made it public, because I got homies that are like, yo, don't put it out, don't do this, don't do it. And I'm like, yo, I've always, my whole life, been part of communities, whether it's the community in my neighborhood, whether it's an online community. I've always been, even when I'm playing video games, I'm in a clan on my games. You know what I'm saying? I've always been a community person. So everything I like to get for myself, I like to share it. I like to make sure other people use it and get the benefit from it. That's kind of like my driving factor right there. I'm not going to say I'm perfect. I fuck up on things too, but at the end of the day, the heart is in the right place. You know what I mean? Whenever I try my endeavors. So yeah, let's get into some very, very basics. One of the biggest things people ask me about Trade Helper AI is, can I download it on my phone? Yes and no, right? So how Trade Helper works is there is one application and then it's a website, right? The application you have to have running on a PC or a Mac computer, not a Chromebook, because Chromebooks are not real computers. I'm sorry, don't kill me about that, but they're just not. They do not run apps in the traditional way, right? So you need a PC or Mac, whether it's a laptop. If you don't have a computer, I know somebody in my DMs that literally bought a computer on eBay for $100 and literally put Trade Helper on that computer and put it in his closet, because you don't have to use it on your computer. That's not mandatory. Once you have that utility running on your PC or Mac, all you have to do is log into your Webull account, and that's it. You're done. That's literally it. Just log in and you're done, right? And you can go to the website to run Trade Helper at app.tradehelper.ai. So you can do that from your computer. You can do that from your phone. You can do that from your TV. You can do that from your PlayStation. You can do it from your Xbox. You can do it from your flip phone, your Sidekick, your beeper. Nah, not your beeper. We're going too far back. You know what I mean? But maybe you could, I don't know what technology, I think there was just numbers on that, but maybe, I don't know. I don't think it had a web browser, beepers. But if they did, you could probably do it on there too. So it's not hard to get started with tradehelper.ai, right? And a lot of people ask me how to use it. Well, it's really simple. Have you ever used ChatGPT? If you've used ChatGPT once in your life, go ahead and throw your hands up in the chat. ChatGPT, at this point, you have to have used ChatGPT, right? I'm gonna save this live, don't worry about it. At this point, you have to have used ChatGPT. ChatGPT is the most popular app in the world right now. So if you haven't used it, you really are behind the curve. I use ChatGPT for a lot of different things, man. I use it to, get advice when dealing with my friends and the people in my life. I use it to schedule my day sometimes. I use ChatGPT, right? Think of this as ChatGPT, but with direct access to the stock market. Because ChatGPT right now doesn't have direct access in real time. It just has an idea, It might pull up yahoo.com and get an overall, but it can't give you high frequency data, like the sales coming in and out, the flows of things, everything, So this is basically ChatGPT, but with high frequency data in a really, really dope, compact way, right? So let's take a look at tradehelper.ai. Let's take a peek, right? So this is what you're greeted with. If you look on the right side of my screen, this is what you're greeted with. You feel me? It's basically, if you've ever used ChatGPT, this looks familiar to you, right? For the most part, it's just like, send me a message, right? So right now, I can send it any message I want, right? So let's say I hit up Rennie, because my helper is called Rennie, by the way. So this is Rennie. I got two helpers, Rennie and Westside. And what's cool about Rennie and Westside is that I can customize Rennie and Westside to fit my needs. Now, when you first get Trade Helper AI, Rennie is already going to become, pre-configured. Funny story about Rennie. She's named after a girl I work with who's really, really incredible and really smart. You know what I'm saying? So I've always kept that name in fruition. Whenever I've done something like technological, I name it Rennie. Weird, right? So let's take a look at the settings. So somebody had a question, right? They had a question. They said, can you set it and leave it, right? Yes and no, right? So with tradehelper.ai, there's two goals that I have. One is to make trading easier for everybody, right? To make trading easier for everybody so that everybody can jump in and not feel intimidated, right? Another thing that I have to accomplish is I have to make sure that one, it's legal, you know what I'm saying? Because there's a thin boundary between legal and illegal, right? So for example, if I let the AI make a trade for you without any human intervention whatsoever, I would be operating as an unlicensed broker, which will put me in jail. And I know you guys don't want to see me in prison, so y'all got to stop asking me that. Secondly, you feel me? And it would, you know, of course, freeze all my bank accounts, and it would be a lot of shit, right? Secondly, if I do it without human intervention, God forbid, for whatever reason, you know, somebody could easily say, I didn't want this. And then now we have a problem. You know what I mean? There has to be some sort of human oversight, even if it's small. You know what I mean? My goal for tradehelper.ai is to take it as close as possible to hands-free, where basically, think about it like this. Remember when you was a kid, you had to do math in math class? Now compare that to doing math on a calculator a couple years later when you was in college, and then compare that to doing math just with ChatGPT, just taking a picture of the whole formula and throwing it in ChatGPT and getting it done. That's where we're at with it now. It's basically hands-free, but requires the smallest bit of human intervention. I'm actually going to show you guys the progress that we made to make it as hands-free as possible in about, give me like 5 minutes, okay? Let me take you through the basics of where it is right now, and then I'm going to show you what's actually about to launch for tradehelper.ai this upcoming week. And when you see this, it's gonna blow your mind. We really have taken it to the next level, all right? So check this out right here. With tradehelper.ai, let's say I wanted to trade something like SPY, which is a pretty popular ticker. Everybody trades SPY, people fuck with it. You know what I mean? Why do people trade SPY? Because that's basically the S&P 500, you know what I mean? So let me go ahead and say to Rennie, I need a full analysis on SPY, all right? So I'm gonna type that to her. Oh shit, I'm tripping. I'm not even logged in. I'm using, hold on a second. I'm using a developer instance that isn't going to take my commands. Hold on a second, guys. I gotta actually go in the real way. Give me 1 second, y'all. Boom, 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 boom. I forgot I'm running in developer mode. I'm actually doing testing. I'm not even on the right branch. Damn, I did not plan that out as well as I thought. Sometimes that happens though, man. You got an idea of how you're gonna do something and you do not have it planned out. There we go. All right. Now let me check something. Let me check one more thing and we should be good to go. Let me check one more thing, y'all. There we go. All right. Okay. There we go. So I'm in the proper non-developer mode right now. I had to do that real quick. My bad, y'all. Almost caught me slipping. So you'll notice that she's taking a little bit of time to, gather data, pull up the charts. She only does this one time, and then after that, she gets everything instantly. What she's doing right now when she's setting everything up is she automatically sets up her own indicators based on settings that we have previously and things like that. And that's just one part of her data. Her other part is she's getting raw data from the market in many different ways, and it's high frequency. But she does a one-time setup of all of her charting. She's basically, think about like that dude that's like sitting in front of like 3 and 5 or 6 screens. She's doing that right now.
All right,
she's
let's
setting up all her
dissect
screens.
SPY for a potential play on Monday. Based on the higher time frame Heiken Ashi candles, I'm seeing a bullish bias taking shape. Plus, order flow has been mostly bullish, so it looks like we have a potential bull trend. Here's the plan. Bias. Bullish entry. Watch for SPY to approach the $593.80 level, which aligns with S1 pivot and also previous price action. Confirmation? I'll wait for a retest of this level, meaning the price bounces off $593.80. If it bounces back with force, that's our signal. Option. Buy a slightly out of the money OTM call option, expiring on March 13. I would aim for the 595 strike. Profit target. Given the recent volatility, aim for a 10-20% profit. Stop loss. Place a stop loss about 5-10% below the entry to protect against downside risk. With your $383.19 buying power, you will only be able to purchase
it's a small developer
due
account,
to the extremely high price of SPY. Let's get this bread.
All right, so y'all like, yo, this nigga only got $300. Look, man, it's a developer account. What did I say a second ago? All right, I do testing in this account. All right, so basically, she just gave a whole game plan for how you would trade SPY, like the entire fucking thing. She basically said, look, right now, and let's look at the charts right now, right? So if we look at the chart, SPY is trading at 594.18, right? She basically said, let's go back to Rennie, right? She basically said, wait for SPY to fall down to 593.80 and then bounce, right? It's got to retest this level and bounce. If it bounces, we want to jump in there. She told you exactly what contract to buy. Get the 595 strike price for March 13th. You feel me? You come in there. She told you your profit target. You're aiming to go up about 10 to 20%, right? She even told you your stop loss, right? So she basically gave the entire game plan from start to finish. And all you had to do was say, give me an analysis, right? The hardest part of the situation in this whole scenario, the hardest part is just following instructions. You feel me? Because it's tempting to not wait for that bounce. It's tempting to do other things. But right now, SPY, as you can see, is at 594.32. It's up here, right? All we would need to do, you feel me, is wait for SPY to come down to 593.80, which is right here. Right? Right there. Based on her analysis right now, that is what she's telling us. That's it. She wants it to come down here, and then she wants it to come in green. She wants it to come in red, fall down, come in green right here, and then that's when we buy. You feel me? That's when we buy. Now, the beautiful thing about Trade Helper and what makes it so powerful, what settings do you use for your charts? I'll talk about that in just one moment, my guy. The beautiful thing about Trade Helper is once you start that trade, once you get into that trade, she then takes over and starts watching that trade. It's called Autopilot mode, right? And she'll basically watch that trade. And let's say it goes up 10%, right? She'll chime in and tell you what to do at that time. If it's good and there's nothing to worry about, you should keep it running. She'll be like, look, let's keep it running. Let's get to the profit target, right? If you feel me, you go up 20%, she might say, hey, we're at the profit target, but I'm still seeing a little bit more upside. Let's go ahead and stay in it and get a little bit more. If it falls from 20% back down to 10%, she might be like, look, hey, it's looking a little rocky right here. We need to take this money and get up out of here. She basically walks you through the trade, and that's called Autopilot. She'll walk you through every step of the trade, make sure that you're well protected, make sure that she's watching you, and you never feel alone. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the worst part about trading, especially when you're new. When you're doing something and you feel like you're by yourself, and you want to ask somebody for advice and you can't get it. No, she's your personal coach that's going to sit there and every step of the way, watch everything that's going on inside of your account, tell you how much money you need to spend, tell you what you need to make today, give you all the advice you need. You just have to talk to her. You know what I'm saying? It's as simple as that. Now, I want to show you how that's actually going to change by this upcoming week. Because right now, when you look at Trade Helper, and I'll admit this feels more for like an advanced user. You got to read like a wall of text, you know what I'm saying, and things like that. And you kind of got to go through it and just read everything. Even though she's talking to you and you all heard her voice, you still have to read everything. You still have to pay attention. How can we make that easier? All right, let me show you how we can make that easier. Check this out. So this is what I'm launching. This upcoming week. Let me show y'all, all right? So boom. Let me put this in your face real quick. So this is what full analysis, hold on. This is what full analysis is going to look like this upcoming week. Take a look at this. Whoop, I made that too big. So this is what full analysis is going to look like. So instead of a wall of text like this right here, you feel me? It's going to look like that on the left. Now look at the two and tell me the one on the left don't look a lot better. And what that's called at a glance. You feel me? It's something that UI, UX developers, people that develop interfaces like myself, this is what we specialize in. We specialize in making things that when you glance at it, you get all the information that's critical as quick as possible without having to look and adjust your glasses and like really peek in there and see what's going on, right? So on the left-hand side, I can quickly see that it's bullish. You feel me? I can quickly see that my conditions for entry are staying above this certain price for 5 minutes or something like that, whatever the case may be. I can specifically, see the game plan and see that really easily. And even the contract I need to buy like really quickly without having to go through all the rigmarole. You know what I mean? And that's something that we're going to be launching this upcoming week. And I'm super excited about that because I feel like that's going to make it a lot easier to parse that information and to trade as a rookie. You feel me? To be able to see things really, really quickly, be able to make your decisions, right? Now, another cool thing, because somebody talked about setting it and forgetting it. Now, here's what I got for you. For the person that wanted that, here's what I got for you, right? So Autopilot in its current form basically looks a little bit like the wall of text. You know what I'm saying? Here's what Autopilot is going to look like this upcoming week. Here's what Autopilot is going to look like. So what's cool about this right here, right, is that when Autopilot is triggered, when she's watching your trade and she sees that you go up 10% or something like that, she's going to literally put your real-time trade inside of the chat. That's your position. You're going to be able to see it in real time. So if it's moving around, doing anything, you'll be able to watch it in real time, right? Not only that, she's actually going to recommend the action that she wants you to take based on highlighting a button. And you can actually click a button inside of that chat to activate that action at that moment. So I can see people literally managing their entire trade inside of Trade Helper, which is going to be really, really fucking cool. You're going to be able to manage your entire trade from start to finish inside of Trade Helper. For example, here's an example of how I trade so you guys can get a better understanding. So when I want to make a lot of money in the stock market, here's what I do. Let me give you my tricks real quick, all right? Let me give you my tricks, okay? So check this out. Let's say I wanted to get into that call position that she was telling us about. It drops from 594 down to 593.80. I wanted to get in, right? So I'll get in at that 593.80, right? And then let's say it bounces really quickly and I go up 20% real fast. Boom! That thing trends up. You know what I mean? Boom! It goes up, right? For me, I don't like risk. When I get in a profit, I want my money or I want nothing at all. I don't ever want to go red. I want to avoid that completely. Exactly. You won't have to switch between windows. And I want that completely. So what will happen is in the new version of Autopilot, I'll literally be able to enter a trade, right? And then you see that stop loss button in the bottom left? I'll be able to click that and that's going to open a dialog where it'll give me two options. Stop loss at break even or stop loss, at and 5% behind profit or something like that, right? So I'll either be able to stop loss myself in a profit position where if it comes down a little bit from being up 20%, I'll leave with 15% and say, you know what? Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, I'm out of there. Or I'll be able to stop loss at break even, which makes my entire trade risk-free. Basically, if they come back to break even and look like they're about to lose, it'll kick me out the trade. I don't lose no money, no harm, no foul. I go on about my day. You know what I mean? Now, typically in like a trading platform, like let's say Webull or Robinhood, you got to click a couple things to do a stop loss, right? At break even. You got to click, I'm using Webull and that's what we support at this time. You got to click a couple things to set a stop loss. You got to click on your trade. Then you got to click sell to close. Then you got to change it from buy to buy stop. Then you got to choose the price and you got to manually yourself, if you got in at like 84, you got to manually switch it over to 84. Then you got to put the order in. That's a lot of time, man. For me, that on a phone, especially if you trade it on a phone, that could take you upwards of like a good 15 seconds. You know what I'm saying? Whereas with this, you'll be able to get it done in like 3 seconds. So that's huge. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who's slow, whose fingers aren't fast enough, it might take them 20 seconds, 30 seconds. You know what I And also, we now support trailing stop losses for options. So we can do something where literally, let's say you always want to be 10% behind the position, whatever. So let's say it goes up 20%. You'll press stop loss 10%, right? And boom, it'll set a stop loss 10% behind the current position, behind the current price. Let's say it goes up another 20%, right? You can press that button again. And instead of, because in Webull right now, you would have to go cancel your existing order. Then you have to go and you have to modify and, no, you just press the button one time, boom, and it just updates it, right? And it's just meant to make everything faster. And once again, she's going to recommend what she wants you to do, right? So in that moment, she'll literally highlight, as you can see, that she's highlighting right now, sell to close. She'll highlight that if she wants you to sell. She'll highlight stop loss if she wants you to stop loss. She'll highlight double down if she wants you to double down, add a little bit more to your position. She'll do that for you. You feel me? And to highlight it, all you got to do is click the button. That's it. And you're done. That's as close to setting it and forgetting it as you want to get. Anything past that and it gets a little dangerous. That's as close to setting it and forgetting it as you want to get. Most times when you set it and forgetting it, you only want to do that 2 times, right? You want to get in the trade and you want to set your stop loss. Once your stop loss is set, it's basically set and forget at that moment. You know what I mean? At that moment, it's basically set and forget for the most part. In the future, I might feel a little frisky and add some more features, but we'll see how that goes. But that's going to make things really, really cool for you guys. So what do you guys think about that? Let me know in the chat if you like that feature, because that is coming out this upcoming week. So that's going to drop for everybody, every member, except for the people on the casual plan, because they don't have Autopilot. But people on day trader, full-time trader, everybody get that on day 1 for that Autopilot feature. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of things. My goal is to make sure that everything that we do, we use AI and we do it better, because that's going to help us make more money. It's going to help us do our trades safer. And it's also going to help people that are beginners, who are on their phone, who are, moving around. You know what I'm saying? They don't got to sit there. Like, think about what we've already done with tradehelper.ai. Trading used to be a thing where you had to chart the day before or the night before and spend like an hour charting, trying to figure out a game plan. We don't got to do none of that. You no longer have to chart anymore. Charting is dead. As far as I'm concerned, charting is dead. I haven't charted realistically in a long time. The AI literally tells me the levels and I just put the level down based on the AI. You know what I mean? So somebody asked me about the settings that I have for Rennie, right? Somebody asked me about that. So let's take a look. So remember, these are settings that you can modify. So let's say I go to Rennie and I go to settings and I go to my helpers, and you see I got Rennie and Westside, right? They're programmed differently. Rennie is a scalper, Westside is a swing trader. So he's looking at like longer positions. He wants to get in where he fits in. You know what I mean? He wants to do something with a little bit more meat on the bone. That's what he's looking for, right? With Rennie, on the other hand, right? She's a little bit of a scalper, so she's looking short term. So what's cool about Rennie is you can actually go into her settings and change her instructions. If you want to make her, more focused on building your position, let's say you got a big ass account and you want to focus on doubling and tripling down and you want to make her prioritize that, then, tell her that. You feel me? If your goal is safety, you feel me? She's already programmed to be safe, but tell her that I really want to, you feel me? My goal, I'm just trying to make $100 a day. That's all I'm trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Let's take the most risk-free, minimal way to get there. It's just like I said, she is AI after all, and I made her completely customizable so that you guys can go in there and change things about her at your leisure. You feel me? Like right now, she's programmed to use time-based directional biases, chart from the top to the bottom, starting with the long-term trends to the short-term trends. And then here's some of the things that she has access to. So she has access to charts, you feel me? She's looking at the Heikinashi 15-minute, 1 hour, and 4 hour to get an idea of the long-term trends and then plot out what she thinks she needs to target for the day, right? So she's not fooled by short-term movement. Like literally, for example, just to give a perfect example, going back to SPY right here, right? To give an example of how she doesn't get fooled too easy, right? She does not get fooled too easy. On this day right here, she was a bias bearish, you feel me? Now, getting an entry was hard because SPY was just moving real wacky, you know what I mean? Like for the most part, like look at this. So a trend up, you feel me? But this is all pre-market. This is market open right here. Market open, that thing trended up, you feel me? And then it trended down hard. You know what I'm saying? She was bearish, right? Even though it was trending up like this, she's still bearish. But she's saying, look, wait for the certain conditions in order to get the puts, right? So she's not fooled by seeing an uptrend and things like that. That's how things back in the day used to fail, when you had those little algorithms that weren't based on, detailed trade flows and capital and high frequency analysis. They would just get fooled by a little movement to the upside, and all of a sudden they're like, yo, it's bullish. Nah, it's bearish, but it was just gonna hit a level and then crash out. You know what I mean? Like a YN. And she's aware of that. She doesn't get fooled by that. You know what I mean? And that's the cool thing about her. That's the cool thing, is she shifts with the tide when it's time, but she's not going to get fooled by some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying she's perfect, because the market isn't perfect. But you said make what bigger? The charts? You can't see the charts? Anyways, so long story short, how I use AI is I typically wake up early in the morning, right? The market opens at about 9:30. I wake up early in the morning, and the first thing I do is I hit up Rennie, right? Oh, you meant make the trade helper thing bigger so you can see it better. Yeah. Wish I could help you there, buddy. I got this set up to be as minimal as possible. But yeah, let me finish talking about the settings. So you can change things about her. So you can change what chart she look at, like what type of intervals, like if she's looking at the 1 hour, the daily, the weekly, the monthly. You could change those things. You can also change raw market data that she gets. She gets raw market data with indicators. You could change those. She has some custom things that I built. Like I built a range of volatility analysis algorithm. You can't really change that. That's just something I built. That's added in there. You can change what options change she's looking at. So you could tell her to prioritize, certain expiration dates, like whether it be 1 day out or 10 days out. I told her to just give me the best one regardless of what I give her. You know what I mean? But you can make her more strict and say, look, I only want 0 days, and then provide her with 0 day contracts. You know what I'm saying? And she'll give you those. She has access to price targets, earning dates, all of that. She has access to everything. You know? I mean, you can change those. Like I said, you can always change things. So let's go back. Let us go back. So how I use Trade Helper is exactly how I showed you. Around 9:40 in the morning, typically early in the morning, 10 minutes in the market open, because I never like to do it right when the market opens. I hate doing that because I feel like the market is really, really sporadic, like early in the morning. So I always like to wait about 10 minutes or so. Or even if I can, I want to wait all the way till like 10 a.m. or something like that, when like some news drops. By the way, we have real-time news as well. So you can go to your settings and you can click on the news. Where is the news on the mobile? Where is that at? The Feezy? I have to make sure we got that on the mobile. And if we don't, I got to add it. Because on the desktop view, we definitely have that. We definitely have that. Oh yeah, I got to change that. That's weird. I didn't know that I didn't have the real-time news on the mobile Trade Helper AI. So noted. Will update. You don't got to tell me. Noted. Will update. I got y'all. That's a little wild to not have that. We need that all the time. But yeah, what was I saying? So she has all the economic news for the day. Like she knows, when there's a Fed meeting. She knows when the CPI reports comes out. She knows it faster than you know it. She knows the data. She knows how that correlates because she has memory. So she knows how that plays into like previous reports, all sorts of things. So she's really, really intelligent, and she makes really, really good decisions. And how I use her is early in the morning at around 9:40 a.m. I'll tell her, give me a full analysis on SPY. And then she'll give me a play, and I'll just run the play. If the conditions are met, if, like she said, it drops down to 593.80 and holds above it, I'll jump in. If it doesn't and it just comes straight down, I'll wait. How I like to do things is I always wait for it to go under a level and then cross back above it. So if she says that it has to come down to 593.80 and bounce, I want it to come down to 593.80. And even if it comes down a little bit more, let's say it comes down to like 593.6, right? And then comes up to 593.80. That's when I come in, right? Same thing when I'm doing puts. If she's saying like, yo, it has to come under, let's say she gave me a put recommendation and she says to me, yo, it has to come under 594.20. it has to come under 594.60 up here, right? In that situation, I would wait for SPY to go to 594.60, go a little bit above it, like 594.70, and then come back and sit on 594.60 and then come under it. That's when I come in for the put position. So whatever level she gives me, I always wait for it to either hit it and reject or go through it, come back to it and bleed through it. And that's when I come in. And it's really just that simple. I make the entry, I turn on autopilot, or it's already turned on, because I made the trade. And I let her kind of give me advice on what I'm doing in the moment, how good it looks. And I just sit back and enjoy the money. As simple as that. Now, it's like I said, when we drop these updates, it's going to be a lot simpler this upcoming week. So I can't wait for you guys to see that. It's going to be way simpler. If you're just getting started, you know where to go, tradehelper.ai to get started. It's really that simple. And obviously, to join us in the Discord. We're at discord.tradehelper.ai. Go there, jump in, chat with us a little bit. And you'll get a lot of pertinent information on how we use things and how you can make money using AI in the stock market. It's done wonders for me. It's changed my life, honestly. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, man. Like, I'm winning so much, my life is different. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, man. My life different. Like, I was already doing good in life, but hey, yo. You know what I'm saying? Hey, yo. So, if you try to get on the wave, man, come holler at us, man. Download the app, join the Discord. There's tutorial videos. Like I said, I just showed you guys how I use it, but you can watch all of this pre-recorded by going to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/tradehelper.ai. Go there, and there's some videos that you can fuck with that'll just basically go over what I just went over just now. But, it'll help you out. You know what I'm saying? I just realized I turned off all the music, so we was chilling in here vibing, and now we're not vibing no more. I missed the music, but we about to hop off anyway. So hopefully I answered all your questions. I'm going to take some questions right now just before I hop off. So if you have a question for me, let me know. I'll take your questions real quick. And I'll also drop inside of the chat the link to the Trade Helper YouTube. There you go. Boom. Hop in that. Get those links and look at the tutorials in there. I'll be dropping some live trades this upcoming week. So not live trades, but pre-recorded trades that I did. So you can watch how I trade throughout the day using AI. You'll literally see me type to the AI. You'll see the response that I get, and then you'll see me execute it. So you'll learn how to do it like me. And those videos are going to be dropping. I'll try to drop a video like that maybe like every week. I'll try to drop a series of videos to my Instagram and to YouTube, so you guys can see how everything goes, all right? Other than that, man, any questions before we hop off tonight? Any questions about tradehelper.ai? Any questions before we hop off? Yes, sir. Other than that, man, I think we done, man. If there's no questions, I think we done. I think we about to skedaddle, my boy. Yes, sir. So, all right, man. I'm still not seeing no question come in, so I think we good. I'm hungry, so I'm about to order me some food. Does Rennie tell you how many contracts are going with? Here's the thing, Jay. If she doesn't, just ask her. A lot of times she'll put that in there, but you got to remember, it's a conversation. So it's back and forth. So you don't have to say one thing to her and then stop. You can keep talking to her. You can ask her, yo, how many contracts? You're going to ask her this. You can ask her this. You feel me? You can just keep asking her everything. You can keep talking to your heart's desire. It's basically, think of it like ChatGPT, bro. You can keep talking forever. You can ask her any question in the world. You can ask her how to fix your toilet. She'll probably tell you that too, even though she's not going to like it, but you could probably do it. You feel me? So trust me when I tell you, it's good. You good, all right? All right, y'all. Hopefully that clarified everything. And yeah, when does the updates drop? The updates are going to drop this week. I thought I was going to drop it on Monday. I said March 3rd, but it's just, I got to test everything that I do, man. So I don't want to drop something and not test it. And those buttons need to be tested. I need to test, the stop loss button, the sell button, because those aren't tested. If something goes wrong, we want to have a problem. We want to make sure those work. So I'm going to test them on my account and make sure that they work properly for a couple of days, and then I'm going to release it to everybody. So I would say at latest, we're talking like Thursday, Friday area, at latest. But that's like the latest possible. Realistically, it should be like Tuesday, Wednesday. All right? So hope y'all are excited for that. Hope you all excited for that. And I got more updates after that. So we're going to drop even more stuff. I got a conversational mode dropping and like all sorts of stuff. So trust me when I tell you, we got more coming. This ain't it. Like I'm always going to drop new things with tradehelper.ai. That's why people love the project, because I'm a developer. So I'm not just putting something out there and say, hey, enjoy. No, every single, like we're finding new things and we're building new shit as we go along. So you're going to get new features, new amazing things that you didn't even know you was going to get. You know what I'm saying? So I implore you, don't end up like some of the people that are DMing me late, because I've had people, Trade Helper AI has been around now for 2 months now. It is one of the fastest growing projects I've put out there. But I've had people hit me up that, missed getting in early and they regret it now because things change. Early adopters get treated best. You know what I'm saying? So the subscriptions we have now are like the best they're going to be. You want to get in early because as we add things and as we add newer and greater features, like things change. You know what I'm saying? Realistically, that's how life is. So get in early, get in now, and join us in the Discord and let's get to work. I'll see you Monday, and everybody be easy. I'm gonna go. I'm in my robe, man. I'm gonna give me some food. I'm gonna go lay down, take a little break and take a little sleep because I've been up since like 3 a.m. So I'm tired, baby. I took a shower. I put my do-rag on. I'm good for the night. You feel me? So I'm out of here, man. I'm gonna holler at y'all. All right, everybody be easy.